So thank you, mothers and others. We're down to our last two candidates this evening. And our next candidate is Sally Duval. Sally Duval is a candidate for Texas House District 73. She's running against Republican incumbent Carrie Isaacs. You may remember Carrie Isaacs from this fall. She's the dingling that had to have people talk to her through her little earpiece while she was on the ledge floor because she didn't know what was going on and she was being fed what to say through a little earpiece. And she totally got busted. It was hilarious. So anyway, so that is why we need to elect somebody to replace this girl. So welcome, Sally. I'm so glad you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're running for office?
Sure. Well, thank you, Nancy, and thank you to the Mothers Against Greg Abbott and Mothers for Democracy for having us all together here tonight. I am Sally Duval, 1L in the Duval. And I'm running to represent District 73 in the Texas House. District 73, what's that, you say? Well, it's a new district. They redrew the lines in this last redraw because, as you may have heard, Hays County, which is just south of Austin on the way out to the hill country, Hays County turned blue last go round, which was awesome and amazing. I mean, wow. And so what did they do? They split Hays County right down the middle, dividing up somewhat of the power base along I-35 there. So they broke off the Kyle and Buda and San Marcos on the east side. And on the west side of Hays County, I've got Dripping Springs, New Braunfels, and Wimberley. And then add on to that, add on Comal County. So they completely divided the Democratic stronghold that had developed. And so it's going to be a challenge to win this race, but I have a plan and I'm confident that I can get my message out and win it. Who am I? Well, I've been on the planet almost 60 years now, so it's a long story. The highlights are I was born in Kingsville, down south, raised in the suburbs south of Houston. Dad was an oil man with Humble Oil and then Exxon, and mom was a stay-at-home mom. She raised me and did dad that I can grow up to do anything I want. Anything I want. And I continue to believe that's what we should be telling our daughters and our sons. And wound up going to Austin to go to University of Texas there. Got my bachelor's degree in finance in 82. No, that was 86, sorry. And from there, I just joined the working world, living with my husband at the time, raising two kids that I had in Austin. And I've been a Democrat since that first year at university. That's when I first started paying attention to things. And I heard that Ronald Reagan was considering restricting women's right to abortion. And I told myself, well, that just seems wrong. And I was right. And I've been right ever since. I've been a single issue voter ever since then. Once in a blue moon, a Republican policy might sound reasonable, but I said to myself, but look what they're doing with women's rights, with our freedoms. You can't trust that. Cannot trust that. Cannot trust anything they do if they're willing to compromise our freedom that way. So, I was never into politics. I had no plan to get into politics. I'm one of these normal people you hear talk about, just kind of living my life, doing my thing, trying to provide for my family, to keep them in a lifestyle to which I was accustomed to. And it's a struggle working, keeping a lousy job just to keep the health insurance. You know how that goes, everybody. But anyway, so I never paid much attention I paid attention to politics, but wasn't involved. I didn't get the crazy idea to jump into this race until November when I saw the reports of other states, Ohio, Kansas. I forgot. I'm sorry. I don't know the names of the states, but several states succeeded at getting abortion rights put into their state constitutions last November. And it's like, bravo, bravo, good for them. But here in Texas, I don't know if you recall, you went to vote last November. We had 14 amendments to vote for, and not a darn one said anything about women's right to choose an abortion as long as it's prior to viability. It should be her business completely. So we didn't get a choice because the legislature won't let us have that kind of democracy.
Mm-hmm.
They're all in favor of democracy as long as they know they'll win.
Yeah. So, Sally, can you tell us what
Yes.
are the three most important issues for your district?
For my district, well, I'm going to say that the fixing, repealing this abominable abortion law is number one. Now, I know there are many issues that are important to the people of my district, among them fully funding public schools. I mean, that's just hello. It's the constitutional duty of the legislature to provide that. So I don't see why that's why we're even thinking about anything else until that is done. And other things that are important to my district are how to manage growth. Uh, the Comal counties, which is also in my district, the Comal and the western half of Hayes, um, we're just growing like you wouldn't believe. It's some of the fastest growing areas in the country. Um, and so I'm seeing the struggles with the locals who are wondering, well, where's all that water going to come from? And nobody seems to really care about it, and nobody seems to have any control over it at the local level. And I would like to find a way to fix that. It seems to me that folks can just waltz in and build whatever they want as long as they've satisfied this guy says this part's okay and that guy says that guy part is okay, but there's no way for the locals to petition the government or for the local government to say, well, no, that's a dumb idea, we're not going to let you build that here. So how to fix that problem would be a big win, I think, for this district. um so I covered education, public education funding, how to manage growth better at a local level, and reinstating women's right to manage their own destinies.
So, tell us, Sally, where can we find you and how best can we support you right now while you're running for office?
Well, I am just getting this going, really. Like I said, I didn't decide to do this until November, late November. So my digitals aren't up, website's not up. The only thing that's up, but everything, when you see it, when it comes up soon, it'll be Sally for Texas. No abbreviations, no numbers, just spell it all out, sallyfortexas.com. And the handles on social media are of Sally Duval for TXHD 73.
Hmm.
The one thing I do have up and working, and I would really appreciate right now, frankly, not to be a money grubber, but I could really use some contributions from anybody that's got $5 to spare, because I've still got a lot of this campaign set up to get going. I got a big job ahead of me to win the western half of Hayes and all of Comal County. It's going to be a big job. Got a tough opponent. She's got a huge power base behind her. I mean, huge, lots of money. And just for an idea of where it is I'm living, y'all have heard about the convoy heading to this border to solve all the immigration problems on the right. Uh,
In Dripping Springs.
well, yes, that's just literally right down the road is where they had their headquarters. meeting spot. So it's going to be a tough row to hoe, but I think I can do it because I'm just a reasonable person looking for solutions to solve the actual real problems that we have in our district and across the state. So thank you for your support and thank you for hosting this, for the opportunity to talk. Thank you.
Yes, well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to meeting you on the campaign trail. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us.
Thank you.